Welcome to Make Change Fun and Easy with your happiness expert, Samia Bano. This is the podcast to help change makers, coaches, trainers, and healers break your chains of fear so you can create the impact and income you desire with fun and ease. Please make sure you subscribe to enjoy every episode. This podcast is sponsored by the Happiness 101 program. Hello, salam, shalom, namaste, sat sri akal, aloha, hola, ciao, bonjour, buna, and privyet. It's really good to be with you again. And guess what? We have a returning guest with us. It's Kim Day, who is a book publisher and author of Write and Grow Rich. Welcome back, Kim.
Thanks for having me back again. This is amazing. Round 2. Woo.
Yes, I'm so happy and excited you're back with us. And Kim, just for those people who might have missed the first episode, well, first of all, if you're listening and you've missed the first episode with Kim, please go check it out. But just for those, for right now, will you tell us a little bit again about who you are and what you do?
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah. And if you missed that episode, you got to go back. We talked about how to make writing your book fun and easy.
Yes.
And today, of course, we're going to talk about how to make a bunch of money, which makes everything more fun and easy, doesn't it?
Indeed.
Right. But before we dive into that content, you might want to know a little bit about who I am and how I became the publishing and book writing coach that I am today. I'm super grateful and blessed that I get to travel the world. I get to do my business from a laptop wherever I happen to be. I get to work with amazing global entrepreneurs, helping them up level their income, their influence, and their impact. But it wasn't always that way. Because for over 13 years, I was a financial advisor, actually. And I was struggling on what I called the income roller coaster, like having a great month of clients and then going, oh my gosh, where is my next paycheck coming from? Like, where is my next Visa payment coming from? And I'm telling you, for a lot of years, it was a struggle. So if you're an entrepreneur and you struggle with getting clients and you can kind of relate to that story I just told you, well, then you are in the right place, because I'm going to share with you how the book strategy changed my financial services business life so transformationally that I completely shifted gears and started teaching people how to do this for themselves. So in 2007, I wrote my very first book, The Financial Fitness Playbook. And that was my game-changing, business-building, client-attracting book that allowed me to double my income in less than 12 months, using the exact same strategy that I now teach other entrepreneurs to do. So that's what I'm super passionate about doing. I'm super excited to be able to share some of these income changing techniques today that, can help you make your business more fun and easy, because that's what we got into business to do, right? We got into business to change lives and make money and live our dream business. And the marketing and the client attraction shouldn't be so hard. So let's make it fun and easy for people today, Samia.
Indeed. What would you say are some of the keys to making client attraction fun and easy that a book helps you put in place? Hey, thanks for tuning into this episode. Hope you're getting value out of it. For your information, this episode has been sponsored by the Happiness 101 program. Are you a change maker, coach, trainer, or healer? Are chains of fear holding you back from making the impact and income you desire? Using a unique combination of positive psychology and the spiritual wisdom of our most effective change makers, the Happiness 101 program helps you break through your limiting beliefs and manifest the abundance and success you desire with fun and ease. Interested? Book a free Happiness 101 exploration call with me, your happiness expert, Samia Bano. Just use my online calendar link in the show notes. Now back to the show.
Right. Well, I mean, and even with the money part too, right? So whether you're writing the book or whether you're trying to make money with the book, the foundational piece every single time is understanding who it is that you're looking to serve. Who is your perfect client? What is the problem that they have? What keeps them up at night? What are they struggling with? And can you speak to them in that language? Because chances are, if you're listening, you're probably a coach that went through some of those struggles yourself, just like me struggling to get clients until I wrote my book, right? So the second piece you need to understand is what's the transformational result that you're promising your clients that are going to work with you, right? So for me, it's up-leveling branding, up-leveling thought leadership, positioning yourself as an expert, getting more speaking opportunities, attracting more clients so you can make more money. And when you can clearly articulate who it is you serve, the problem that you solve, and the results that you help them get, you've got the magnetic marketing messaging that you need to start attracting clients. And when you attract more clients, you make more money. So it's really, it's the secret sauce that just makes running your business so much more fun and easy, because you don't have to then work so hard at it. It starts magnetically coming into you with ease and flow.
Yes. I love that. I agree with you. That is indeed the foundation that we need for any successful business. And to be able to put that message out in the form of a book, it's like so amazing, because it's like, of course, hopefully you're reflecting that these fundamentals in every aspect of your marketing, no matter how you're putting it out there. But to have it in the form of a book, my gosh, it's like one of my book coaches likes to say that your book, it's like your very best. It's like better than handing somebody a business card. It's better than, like giving somebody a flyer, or, having like a poster with all of that information. Like the book is the best version of all of these other possible things, because there's just, it's because it's like, like you can put so much more depth and detail in the book, and people appreciate that, and they can, here it's like evidence you're able to hold in your hand, and that they are able to hold in your hand, and just access all of that information that they need about who you are and how you can help them in this one amazing format. And it's just also just that I don't know, like there's something about being an author that's like so cool, like we spend decades of our life in school learning from books, and so there's this immense respect that I have in my mind for learning from books, and books being a source of learning, that it's not like I don't have that same kind of relationship with other forms or other ways that we can learn. There's just something very special about learning from a book.
Absolutely. And people perceive authors as experts, right? Just like you mentioned, even in school, right? We get a textbook for every class that we go to, right? And then we have somebody at the front of the room teaching out of the book.
Yeah.
So we perceive teachers, we perceive trainers, we perceive speakers at the front of stages or classrooms. We perceive authors as experts, and who doesn't want to work with an expert? So if you want clients coming to you faster, more effortlessly, becoming that perceived expert in your space is a fabulous way to really shorten the sales cycle and get people to say yes to working with you. It's a really magical tool, and I love the fact that I get to share it with other people and help them achieve results like I have.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me more. What are some of the more specific strategies that somebody can use to make money with their book?
That's awesome. Which is funny because I actually just did a 7-part video training series on exactly this topic, which is 7 ways to make money by writing and publishing a non fiction book. Because of course we're not talking about autobiographies here. We're talking about, right, like a self-help book, an information book, a learning book, one that's teaching people and guiding people through a step-by-step process. Specifically yours, your unique signature program or signature sauce. That's the book that's going to be supporting your coaching, your services, your program, whatever it is that you do to teach people and help them get their transformational results. Your book is the support system for that. So when packaged as a book, the goal for your book is not to sell a $10 book. Because would you believe it is actually harder to sell 100 $10 books than it is to sell one course or program at $1,000 to one human that needs your help. And again, which is why being able to clearly articulate that you can help somebody get results is so important and so imperative in this, in this book writing process. So because when you can clearly articulate that, you have people going, please help, right? And now more than ever, people need help, whether it's in their health, whether it's in their relationships, whether it's in their business. However it is that you help your clients achieve results, being positioned as that expert or thought leader by becoming a published author is something that leads them down the path to working with you, right? And so your book is the blueprint to get them down the path to becoming a client, because there is not really money in selling books. The real money is in the business behind the book, right? So this is my number one strategy that I teach people on how to make money with their book, is by selling their coaching, their consulting, their courses, their programs, their workshops, their summits, their membership sites. It's what is your business trying to achieve, and how can you write the right book? Yeah. Right? How do you write the right book that supports that business goal? And when you do it that way, it's a money maker, I'll tell you. And making money really truly can be fun and easy when you have a book. I'll tell you that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You know what you just made me think about is when I was a student at UCLA, that's the university that I graduated from. One thing that I noticed about my professors was, I mean, we were at a research-oriented university, so pretty much all of my professors, number one, were publishing writings, and secondly, the way they actually sold their book was like it was like part of the course reading. And so like if they weren't teaching, I mean, first of all, if they weren't published, they wouldn't have got the teaching position. But then once they got the teaching position, they used that teaching position to sell their books. So the book helped them make money first by getting them that teaching position, and then a little bit more money by selling the books as part of their course teaching. But you're right, the bulk of the money that they were making thanks to their book wasn't because of the actual book sales. It's because they got this wonderful, amazing job as a professor at a university, which one of the requirements for is that you have to be a published author. So
yeah, and I mean it's what what opens doors. Tongue twister there, to so many amazing opportunities. People that are hosting summits and podcasts and stages and retreats and platforms where you can go and speak. As a published author, you jump to the head of the line because, again, these hosts are looking for experts to share content, TV, radio, online publications. Like in my industry, I'm looking at, entrepreneur.com, Forbes.com. What are some of your industry publications? They're looking for expert content. They start every year, every month, every week with a blank slate that they need to fill with content from experts just like you. So your book is an amazing door opener. So it not only helps you get, people to know, like, and trust you so they move down your sales funnel a little more effectively and hire you as a coach or, take one of your courses or programs. But it also opens then doors to speaking opportunities to get on more platforms. I call it OPP, right? Who's down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. So I love getting on other people's platforms because that's where other audiences live as well, right? So you can actually up-level your visibility and your exposure through that as well. And again, the ultimate goal being that when you're on a platform, you're positioned as an expert. And you're even more so an expert. Would you not agree, Samia? When, if I say, oh, I'm an expert, but if I'm on another platform and they introduce me as the expert, that's a whole nother level of expertise and expert positioning when you're introduced as the expert on somebody else's stage. So these are my two favorite ways to make money with my book. Is directly selling my coaching program, my Write and Grow Rich coaching program. And the second one is getting speaking engagements to eventually lead somebody down the funnel to my Write and Grow Rich program. So those are the number 1 and 2 ways that I use that book as a tool to make money and really make it fun and easy to attract clients.
Yeah. And, I can attest to the fact that both from the perspective of somebody who has a podcast that, that invites guests, and from the perspective of somebody who likes to go on other people's podcasts and other speaking platforms, that having a book makes a real difference. Like for me as a podcast host, before I get somebody on the show, I want to learn a little bit about them, make sure we're a good fit, figure out what we're going to talk about. And when somebody has a book, it just makes the process a lot easier because there's so many times when, with people who don't have a book, we have to really sit there and talk about, okay, well, what can we talk about? But for example, when you and I connected,
it was easy.
Oh, it was so easy. We're like, you've written a book. We'll talk about your book. And, you already figured out in your book writing the different things that you love to talk about and that are awesome for you to talk about. And so we literally had so little work to do to figure it out. In fact, we didn't have to.
I think it took us 5 minutes. How fun was that? It literally took us 5 minutes to figure out what we were going to talk about, and we came up with 2 ideas right out of the gate. Right, how to make writing your book fun and easy, and how to make profiting from your book fun and easy, which is my 2 favorite things to talk about.
Exactly. And we might have talked for longer than 5 minutes, but then we were just talking because we wanted to talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, oh my gosh. Yeah. And even exactly for me, getting speaking engagements, even before I started my podcast, I never, I remember, it was actually even before I published my book. I remember this specifically. It was even before I actually published my book, and I was just talking to people about the fact that I was writing a book and it was about to get published. And I remember sitting with the executive director of this nonprofit that I used to volunteer for. Actually, I still volunteer a little bit with them, not as much as I used to, but I used to volunteer with them a lot. And so I had actually developed a very solid relationship with pretty much everyone on their staff, including the executive director. And so I was telling her about, oh, I'm about to publish my book. And as soon as she heard me say that, and I'd been volunteering for this agency for years at that time, but the moment she heard me say that I was about to publish a book, she was like, oh, as soon as you're done publishing your book, you should come and do a training for our staff on this content. And never had I been invited to do a training for their staff. And I'd been volunteering at that organization for years, like literally. So, and that was
it's a super important door opener, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we talked about, so again, if you haven't checked out the last episode, go back and check it out. But we talked about that whole idea of promoting your book before it's even published. So that's a perfect example of you doing that. One of my clients, Erica, she's actually a business continuity expert. So she teaches people how to protect their business in the case of a business interruption, like a man-made or a not man-made one, like a hurricane or a fire or a flood or an internet disruption. So she helps people protect their business so that at the end of the disruption, it's still up and running and making money. And now the timing of the universe just happened to be perfect for this one for her. But her book was set to be or launched and published in the week that Hurricane Ian happened in Florida. So because all of the outreach and promotion was happening for her book, a reporter from Forbes.com actually contacted her and asked her for her opinion on what people could do who were suffering from the hurricane with respect to business continuity. Yeah. Now, of course, usually business continuity planning needs to happen before the disaster, not after the disaster. But it just goes to show that her book and the timing of Ian, which was very unfortunate for a lot of people, actually became, pun intended, the perfect storm for her getting exposure on Forbes.com, because her book launch timed perfectly with an event that was happening on a global scale that people were paying attention to. Yeah. So, and it doesn't need to be that dramatic, but think about how your topic matter. If there's anything in the world that's going on newsworthy wise, can you tie your book's topic matter to a current event? It is the perfect recipe, right, to be able to get picked up by media and publicity, and then really take your whole expert positioning to a whole nother level. Because now you're not only a published author, maybe you have a podcast, but now you've been featured on, and you can start building that featured on section. And these are just some, and I personally, I'm a little bit nerdy when it comes to this, but I think this stuff is super fun, right? So I love talking about it. I love teaching my students how to do it. And when you start getting phone calls from people like Forbes or Entrepreneur or whatever your industry magazine is, would you not agree that kind of makes business a little bit more fun? Right?
Indeed. Yeah. It is.
And it makes attracting clients more easy. So you get the two things about that, right? The fun and the easy, for sure.
Yes. I think, that I think pretty much any business person will agree with this, that one of the hardest or most difficult aspects of business is when you are in that position where, you're constantly having to reach out, to try and get people in to your world, into your space. And really the game changes when
they're contacting you. You're not chasing them. You're the hunted.
Exactly.
They are chasing you.
Exactly.
It's magical. And a book is really a fabulous tool to do that, for sure.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Any other tips for how to make money using
I think we're super nerdy about this, aren't we, Samia? We're like both so excited. So, if you're not so excited about it, trust me, when the phone starts ringing and your clients start magnetically showing up to work with you, your business gets easy, and you can take a deep breath, and you can stop that chase energy too, right? That energy of always having to be on the hunt. It's no fun. It makes why you got into business. You got into business to help clients. You got into business to have time freedom, to have money freedom, to be able to create transformation, to be able to have a lifestyle, right? I call it the trifecta of like time, money, and magic in your life, right? But you need to have a successful business to be able to do that. So how do you make that happen? My number one strategy is writing that book and then using it as that tool to get out there as a thought leader in your space, so you can really, truly make that income, that influence, and that impact that you were born to make. You deserve that. And your clients are waiting for you.
Indeed. Okay. So, I'm starting to feel kind of complete on this, Kimberly. Do you have anything else that you would love to share with us right now?
I don't know if I have anything as exciting as those two to share, right? So get out there, go make a big impact in the lives of the clients you're trying to transform. Use your book to get speaking opportunities. Use your book to enroll people into your courses and programs. Of course, you can still sell books and sell book-related merchandise and make an audiobook and do a bunch of other things. But those are going to be your two biggest, most powerful, most impactful ways that you can use your book. And if you want to learn more, if you aren't yet a published author and want to learn more, I do have a 10-step guide to plan and write your very own client attracting book. And I'm happy to give that resource to you if you're listening for free. I will provide the link to our wonderful host, Samia, and please download it. It's actually 20 pages, fully fill-outable, so you can actually do all of that planning that you need to do to get that book out of your head, into your hands, and into the hands of the people that are waiting to work with you. So I'd love to offer that to you as my gift.
Yes, please. And thank you so much for that, Kim, because as we also talked about in our last episode, that planning piece is so critical. Having a plan for how to get your book written and published, that is so important to making the book writing and publishing process more fun and easy. So this is a really amazing gift that you're giving us. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yes, definitely, to everyone who's listening, my reminder, as usual, please check the show notes, because we will include that link and any others that we need to connect you with Kim. We'll include all of those in the show notes, so you can connect with her and get her help and support to make your book writing process more easy and to make money with your book more fun and easy. And until we connect next time, I just wish you lots and lots of peace and joy.